no, considering how laggy this game is, um, with the PCSX2 stuff, I can play, like, basically my entire library of PS2 games on this PC, but I'm not sure how well it will perform, while streaming, because I don't know if you could tell, but this is a little laggy. And, a little bit laggy. Like, sometimes if you see me just standing around while I'm doing something, that's not because I'm not doing anything, it's because the inputs are literally being missed by the game from how laggy it is. But anyway, I've been dealing with it, it's fine. See right there. Right there. Right there. Okay. I did it and then it broke my Matic without even playing the breaking sound. Okay. Fun. Oh well. But yeah, it's just that my only concern with playing a PS2 game currently on this PC is that I'm not sure how they will run while I'm streaming, even though I know they run on this PC when I'm not streaming. Because, my PC currently uses an integrated graphics card. This is an old workstation PC. It was never meant to be doing anything remotely close to this. Honestly, though, I think it's been taking it like a champ. I am excited to get the new PC, though. Well, it won't be a full PC. I have a couple of old PCs that are, like, actually pretty high-end that have failed for numerous reasons. So I plan... Also, I got oh my goodness. I bought a whole ass fucking graphics card to upgrade this PC, and I was so mad because, like, I did all my research because it had to be the highest spec card I could possibly get that did not... Can you stop groaning in my ear? Where the fuck is that thing? Anyway, it had to be the highest spec possible card that I could possibly get that runs completely off of the PCIe, the 75-watt PCIe power. Because the motherboard I have and the power supply I have in this, it's a workstation PC. So they're both completely proprietary, and I cannot... Did I make this one block too wide? Oh my god, do not tell me I made this one block too wide. I did. I made it 5 blocks. Okay, it's fine. I can move it over. Anyway, Anyway, I needed something that could, run just off of the PCIe power without a 6-pin power connector. Because, as I just said, the frickin' the power connectors on the power supply are all proprietary. So I can't get a new, I can't get a new PSU for it. In fact, okay, I'm skipping ahead in the story. So I can't get a new PSU for it, which I didn't know at the time. But I was still looking for a 75-watt PCIe card so that I wouldn't have to get a new power supply. But, the one I got, the card I got, was well, the one I wanted, rather, card that I wanted was an NVIDIA GTX 1650, I believe. And that one does, according to my research, not require the 6-pin PCIe power connector. The one I got was the 1650 Super, which that was my bad because it definitely said so in the listing. I just missed it. So I got a completely useless, or it's not completely useless, it's just completely useless to me, graphics card that is literally sitting in a drawer next to me right now. Because I can't use it because it requires a 6-pin power, and I don't have a 6-pin power connector on my motherboard, and I don't have a spare. I don't. There's no spare power cables from the power supply. There's no headers on the motherboard that would work. It's all proprietary connectors. So this thing was $80 well spent. Actually, funnily enough, I paid roughly, I think it was actually $70 for the GPU, which is a fucking steal. I think I'm pretty sure it is. Like, because in other places I've seen them going for like $200. And for this entire workstation PC, I paid like $80. And it's got, despite the fact that it's a piece of garbage, it does have 32 gigabytes of RAM. So there's that at least. Um, here we go. I think that's fixed. So, long story long. Oh, wait. Oh, after this, I did try to get, I tried to, change the power supply after realizing that I couldn't finagle a 6-pin power from any of the connectors on or from any of the headers on the board. Because it was all proprietary shit that was, like, for, like, for features and shit. That wasn't just, like, it was data and power, not just power. And none of them are none of them are, like, 6-pin. They were all, like, weird, like, 8, 9-pin, whatever else's. Anyway, um, I tried to get a new power supply, for this thing, so that I would have, um, like, a PCIe connector. And I got one. I got a Corsair, 750 watt Corsair power supply, and, I realized I wouldn't be able to use it because the power supply, or not the power supply, the motherboard has all proprietary connectors. They're all proprietary. Like, they're all, like, special. They're not standardized whatsoever. So this PC is, like, literally zero upgradable. Not upgradable at all. You can't upgrade this thing. Well, I mean, you probably could if you could find the obscure freaking things, but I'm not going to. That's too much work. You know this thing is worth? It's worth less than I paid for it, probably. This thing is probably more e-waste. I probably shouldn't even have spent $80 on it. But, you know, I don't have money to spend on a PC. That's what got me into this mess in the first place. But anyway, I'm conflicted on whether I want to, Because I've said this numerous times in this one stream, but I have ordered a new motherboard. It's not shipped yet, and I'm a little worried that it's not going to ship, because it's been like a week and a half, and it hasn't shipped yet. But, you know, life happens, eBay sellers are people, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Um, but my concern is RAM, because even on eBay, RAM is really expensive. Like, you look at Best Buy and it's like $200 for 30 for like a 16 gig kit, not even a 32 gig kit, for 16 gigs. Like, damn. Um, so I'm hoping that I have some DDR4 lying around, because okay, confession, I actually have like 3 gaming PCs that are all dead. One of them my dad got me when I was still in high school, and then 2 of them I got from like a pre-built PC manufacturer, Skytech Gaming, and they both like kind of blew up. Because the one that my dad had gotten me in high school was also a Skytech, and that one lasted me years. And so I was like, okay, this one is pretty reliable. I got pretty far with it. I I'll just get another from this company, so because I don't know how I would go about making my own PC anyway. Like, I was never like, I was always the person that like you call my family calls when they're like having computer issues, but I had never done anything like actual hardware level. Like, I was always like, "Oh, my font size is too big. Can you fix it for me?" kind of things. Um, so I didn't really deal with the like actual building and hardware part of a computer, and I was nervous to start because I had this perception of I'm gonna break it if I touch it. Like, I had this fear of touching PCB for some reason. Like, I don't know. Now I'm fine with it. I can touch PCB now. It's fine. I was just worried that if I laid a finger on the delicate electronics, I was gonna break them. But so I got the pre-built. I got them in like 2020, um, because of reasons. Uh, they actually, I only ordered one. I saved up a very long time for it. I worked very hard, and I bought um the Skytech Chronos in 2020. I don't remember what the specs were, and the email with the specs are gone with the wind. But um let's see. The I bought one, but they sent me two. They sent me two and only charged me for one. So I was like, hell yeah, free $1,500 PC. But yeah, um, I did message them and offered to pay for the extra one because I didn't want to return it, and then they never got back to me. So free $1,500 PC. I did my due diligence. Um, but unfortunately, as I said earlier, both of those Chronoses, they were both the same exact thing. They were both Chronoses, same GPU, same. And this is back when the freaking the GPU craze was going on, like everyone was scrambling for GPUs, I had two 30 somethings, and one was accidentally sent to me for free, so that was nice. I wish I could have that again. But, I basically, the first one, I used for a couple months, and then the power supply blew up. It's like, okay, that's weird. But I have another one. So, it's fine. I have another one. And then I used the other one, and that one, it was like a week of regular use, and then that one also blew up. Like, I say blew up, the power supplies literally popped, and then it stopped working. Like, it didn't, it didn't, like, it didn't flame up, it didn't catch on fire, don't worry, it didn't, like, do anything like that, but it popped, and then they didn't turn on, so it blew up. So I attempted to get another, PSU, but at the time, like, this was like a year later, because, as I said, the first one had lasted, like, a year, and then I used the second one for, like, a week or two, and then that one blew up too, but, I was not in the same financial position that I had been the year before, so I could no longer afford to even get a PSU, let alone a whole entire, gaming computer. So I still have those PCs. I still have both of them. And I'm not sure if any of the components work at all. Actually, that's a lie. That is a lie. Because I do know that the RAM works. I know that the RAM works because I lent the RAM to my little sister. Because she has a gaming PC that she bought from a place called Arona. Which is like, we always joke that it's a female version of Aaron's. But it's just like another one of those like shitty ass rent to own places. But she got a gaming PC from there, so she wanted to max out her RAM. Oh, hey Lemon, how you doing? What do you mean you finally caught me live? Anyway, I was just talking about, well, yeah, okay, yeah. Outside of collab, that is true. I'm pretty good. I'm just going through the tales of my PC mishaps over the years, because there's been a lot. I'm very unlucky. I saw that you were playing Repo earlier on Steam. Were you streaming or just playing? Yeah, that's understandable. Well, I mean, in the chronicle of me having PCs and them blowing up on me, quite literally blowing up. Oh, I see. I I don't really have friends to play repo with. My little sister wants to play repo with me, so that might be interesting. But um as you can see, I'm struggling enough as it is. I think repo is already popular, isn't it? Like it's got a pretty big base. Damn it, I need the magical fertilizer for the nature seeds. Yeah, thanks to the memes, you're right. Well, I mean, those mouths, the mouths of the bots, I think really sells it. The Muppet mouths, because it just looks so ridiculous. I do like that one. Oh yeah, yeah. So I did mention this earlier. I say it blew up. Literally, the power supply popped, and it didn't turn on anymore. Like it didn't smoke or anything, but it just. Oh my god, I can't do that because my lips are dry. It just popped, and then dead. So I don't know if it shorted any of the components. I still have the PCs. Like I literally still have them. Okay. Um, I still have the whole PCs. But I don't know if the power supply popping like that shorted the motherboard or if it shorted, God forbid, the GPUs, because the GPUs were like a 30 somethings that I had in there. They were pre-built, so they just had like whatever thermal take brand power supply, which I've since heard from like actual PC enthusiasts that thermal take is not the greatest. Um, but yeah, if I could reuse those GPUs in like a new build, because I've said this a million times already on stream, but I don't know if you've heard me. Um, I bought a motherboard like a week ago. It still hasn't shipped yet, so I'm starting to be wary that I might not receive it. So I'm wondering if I will receive that or not because it's luckily for me, I've never seeded a CPU before. I have never made my own PC before. But because all the ones I've bought before have all been pre-built. Because I've always been a little nervous about poking around the inside of my PC. Um, because I'm like, if I touch it, it's gonna explode and break and stuff. But what was I saying? Yeah, it is kind of serious damage. Because like, it would be fine if it was just the power supply, but motherboards are kind of expensive. And I kind of, because I bought a Corsair 750 watt uh, PSU for the PC I'm using right now, because I didn't realize all the connectors on the motherboard were all proprietary. So essentially, the PC I'm using right now, I cannot upgrade unless I find like the actual proprietary connectors for it. So that's fun. Oh, if he had hit me there, I would have died. Um, so I have this useless PSU that I bought for like 70 bucks. I have a useless GPU that I bought for like 60 bucks or 70 bucks. So I'm falling into holes because I'm just jabbing on here. But yeah, I'm like, I basically have half a PC already. Like, I have a PSU and I have a GPU. I might as well just get a freaking motherboard and freaking just make my own whole new PC. Because I've basically got most of it anyway. Oh my goodness. I've actually never had one, like, actually start smoking on me. I will say that I have been fortunate that that's never happened to me in particular. Um... Oh goodness. Literally, what was I saying? Where's my brain today? Yeah. See, it's just too common, and like you'll go on like r/PC Master Race. God forbid you go on Reddit and like be like, "Hey, I need help with my PC. It's a pre-built and blah blah blah." And then like every comment you'll get is like, "Don't buy pre-built next time, dumbass." Like, I understand the issues with pre-builts, but not everyone is comfortable with making their own PC. That's why pre-built companies exist in the first place. Like, I don't know. Reddit just likes to punch down. It's really annoying. And I say that as someone who used to be on Reddit like 24/7. Like, back in 2020, you would not find me off of Reddit. I hope you will have saved up enough to upgrade by the end of this year. Yeah, well, especially because, like, I don't know. There's so many things to keep in mind when you're building a PC. Like, I mean, if you're buying brand new, you don't have to keep as many things in mind. But, like, if you're doing, like, kind of an outdated build, like the one I'm doing, you've got to keep in mind what socket your CPU is compared to your motherboard. You've got to keep in mind, like, if your GPU needs additional power, you gotta make sure you've got a PSU that can, like, actually give that. Granted, with modern gaming, I feel like there's not as many things that you have to look out for, but, you know, it's still a lot. And, like, if you fuck it up, you're the one putting it together, and the company that makes the parts is just gonna be like, okay, then, well, how do you fuck it up? Because it couldn't be our product. Our product is infallible. Like, there's no way it could have been an issue with our product. You must have put it in wrong. Especially if you sound the least bit uninformed about PCs. Like, an experienced PC builder can go like, no, I put it in right. You're being facetious. Like, just give me the fucking warranty. But, like, someone who doesn't really know what they're doing might be like, oh, well, how are you supposed to put it in? it's kind of wild how PCs are like such so integral to like our society right now, but yet like they're not. I want to say this right because like they're pretty. Once you know what you're doing, they're pretty easy. But like the average person is not gonna go fiddling around in a PC case because like they don't want to be responsible if they fuck something up. Oh, melons. Yay. That's what I was waiting for. Oh yeah, I didn't even get a PC building class in my high school. I got a typing class. We had a typing class, but that was it. And even by the time I left, they cut the typing class. Like, or it wasn't just typing, but it was like full like computer. We learned how to like use um text programs and stuff as well. But because of school cuts, they stopped doing that program. So there's no computer program in the school now whatsoever. Not even like a basics to internet safety or anything. Which I think is a lot of the reason why um, kids are so unsafe online now, especially in the wake of Kappa, or not Kappa, Kosa. I fucking hate that freaking. Because, like, back when I was a kid, there were posters literally everywhere, even in non school places, being like, don't share your real name online, don't share your real age online, like, don't share your address or any personal information online. The, like, Las Vegas rules. But, like, I feel like now with, like, everything else, we've just lost all of that. Oh my god, so many kids I know now don't even know how to type. They just like they they do like the single finger like search and seek thing that like old people do. It's so like they'll type like a fucking master on a phone, but like as soon as they're on a PC, they're just like slower than molasses in January. Give me a minute. I've been jabbering too much. I need to get a drink. It's so wild to me though that so many people like it's so uncommon to have a home computer. Like um when in the early 2000s it was like kind of weird not to have a home computer. Like and we were kind of poor when I was little. So like we had a hand-me-down um a hand-me-down one that ran Windows 95. And this was well into the era of Vista that we had this one. And freaking that's what I learned to type on. That's what I experienced the early internet on. Um and then of course like I had like various laptops after that and everything. Um but for so many people it was just like even people that were like more wealthy than my family that just like never got a computer because there was no reason to, I guess. I don't know. So there's so many people now that like even in this age of computer dominated everything they've never had a computer at home and don't know how to type because their school never had a typing program or like a anything like that. And it's just so weird because I could not imagine not having had a computer when I was a kid. I guess that's a weird kind of privilege. Because, like, we were poor, but we had a computer. Well, I should probably go to bed. Mm. But no, it started. Oh, yeah, yeah. I had this, oh my god, this shitty little ebook. It was like, literally, it was called the EEE or something like that. Like, the logo was just three E's. I have no idea what company it was, but it was just the tiniest, shittiest little ebook you ever did see. It didn't run anything, and my little sister and I shared that thing. We had my profile was Pikachu, and my little sister's profile was Squirtle. So that's how we told them apart. Later on, I had this, my older sister, I have to preface this. My older sister is like 10 years older than me, and she has a different dad. So she has a different grandma. And she was kind of spoiled by her grandma when we were kids. So she had a bunch of things that I did not. Oh yes, it was an ebook. Um, so she was the one that had the Nintendo 64. She was the one that had the GameCube. She was the one that had the Wii. She was the one that had an Xbox 360. She was the one that had a PS2. She had basically any console and computer that I did not. Um, and she did let me play them, so she was very, very nice. I definitely took advantage of that and was very mean about it as a kid, because I was a kid. Um, but she had this old Toshiba, and when she got a new Alienware laptop, she gave me the Toshiba. And oh, that poor Toshiba. That poor Toshiba. Um, I had that thing for years through all kinds of shit. And eventually it died gloriously. Um, multiple spills were made on that Toshiba that it survived through somehow. Um, dropped multitudes of times. Uh, by the end of its life, I had to put a towel on top of it, on top of the speaker, because whenever it started up, it would just scream. Like, I am sure that was like the PC speaker or like the motherboard on that giving its death throes because like literally it would do the loudest possible PC speaker beeping until it after it posted. Um so I don't know what was up with that, but or I don't know what would cause that. I knew what was up with it. It was dying, and I didn't want it to because I had no way to get another PC. But after that PC Toshiba died, I went Minecraftless for a while because that was most of what I used that PC for. And actually, I used that PC to play this very mod pack right here. And yeah, after I got that PC, like a year later, after I killed that PC, like a year later, I got my Skytech Shadow, is what it was called. The one my dad got me. I got it for my birthday, and he said, this thing was so expensive, it better last you through college. It was like $700, which was probably not an insignificant sum at the time. It was like after 2010. I'm not sure exactly when, but that PC lasted me literally years, and that's why I had a favorable opinion of Skytech. So when I went to buy my new PC in 2020, I was like, okay, let's check them out again because I liked my Shadow. So I got a Skytech Chronos in 2020, and they shipped me two. And I contacted them being like, hey, you shipped me two. Can I actually, like, pay for the second one? You were being attacked by what? Oh, wait, you're playing Repo, right? Okay. Yeah. But, instead of, like, ignoring it and, like, just taking advantage of, hey, free PC, I did contact the company and I was like, hey, you sent me an extra PC tower. And they didn't get back to me, so I got a free PC. Whee! But that PC lasted like a year, and then, the other one, the extra one, I was like, when the first one died, I was like, okay, I'll just use the second one, 'cause I have it, I have a second one, I have an extra, and then that one lasted all of 2 weeks of, like, normal use, and, yeah, that one died pretty quick on me. So I still have literally all the parts of all three of those actually. I have all three of those PCs. So I'm wondering, I've already confirmed that the GPU on the Shadow is dead. I'm actually wondering if that's what initially went wrong with the Shadow, because I stopped using the Shadow because I thought it was dead because it wasn't giving any, like, it wasn't giving any video. Like, it would exist, but it wouldn't give video. And I thought that the hard drive was dead. I thought maybe the hard drive was dead. No difference. I never even thought to check the GPU. But since the GPU in that old PC was a PCIe only, it was like a GeForce 720, 750, something like that. Since it didn't require outside power, I was like, okay, that's actually perfect. Oh, I almost fell. I was like, okay, that's actually perfect. I can use that with my new shitty office PC, and I won't even have to buy a GPU. I can just use the one I already have. And, yeah, it didn't work. I opened it up, I cleaned it out, I put new thermal paste on it. I spent $10 on a tube of thermal paste for this broken GPU, and it didn't work. But hey, you live and learn. So yeah, I've just got PC parts just lying around everywhere. my life is carnage of PC parts. So I don't know which ones are working and which ones are not, because there are no tech uh there are no PC repair places that have have test benches to do like component tests or anything like that. Like I've called around and there's like no repair shops that offer that service. Um so basically all of my I have 3 PCs that have like indeterminate status on whether they even work or not. Or like I know they don't work right now, but you know what I mean. Um the Chronoses um I considered hooking up the Corsair power supply to them that I bought for this PC, the 750 watt, just to see if they worked. But then I was like, I don't know if 750 watts is not enough. Why did I come down here? I don't know if the 750 watt power supply is not enough for those graphics cards that are in there. Because I got it for this shitty PC because I knew I wouldn't need more than 1,000 watts. But for those ones, I'm not sure. Because originally, the Chronoses did have 1,000 watts in them. Anyway, I feel like I've been going back over the same information for the past hour.